Hey guys, it's Retro Coyote here. I'm in my bed because I'm comfy here and I don't want to move. But I did want to go ahead and make this video for you guys. Sorry it's getting out just a tad late. This week was kind of crazy. Had a fun weekend, but that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about today is actually way more interesting than my weekend. So before we get into that though, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe because we are still growing our community here on this channel and we'd love to have you. Anyway, guys, GameStop is going retro. Let's talk about it. Yeah, you heard right. This is a thing. Yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, truly I am. I'm Retro Coyote, right? It's in the name, yeah? I love retro games, and I'm super excited. A little hesitant, trepidation there, but I'm excited. Genuinely. So I want to talk a bit about this, what I think, what this might mean, how this could happen, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go over all that fun stuff. So, I don't have to explain to you what GameStop is. GameStop is GameStop. You know GameStop. They're the big dog in town, the big game in town for gaming. They're the only name in town for gaming, unless you're a lucky soul with a retro store, one of those little brick and mortar small business type places within shooting distance. Not everyone has that though. And not everyone can get to a place like Movie Trading Company or Half Price Books or some other place that might sell old games. And so a lot of people who want to collect their old games they had from childhood or start collecting the physical media again have to go to eBay. The problem with that is, and this is speaking as someone who loves shopping eBay. I shop eBay all the time. The problem with that is you pay eBay prices. You pay collectors' prices. And not every retro gamer is a retro collector. Okay? So, not everybody can afford to spend $60, $70, what you would pay now for a AAA title on a modern console, for the game you played when you were 12 on the PlayStation 1. Alright? So, yeah, earlier last week, GameStop announced they would be opening several retro gaming locations. Now, they're offering a little bit of extra trade-in credit to bring in retro games so that they can stock up to start selling them. Obviously, when these open up, which I think is going to be early next year, I don't know. I don't have a lot of details on it yet. Details are hazy. This was just announced. But anyway, believe that I'm going to be going to one of these stores, and we're going to be checking it out together, and it's going to be fun, and I can't wait. But here's the thing. I have a couple of concerns. Overall, I'm thrilled that this is going down 100%, and I can't wait. I'm excited. But how are they going to price it? One, okay? Now, bear in mind, used games has been the bread and butter of GameStop for years. This has been their moneymaker. So it makes sense from, and I'm not a business expert, but to my stupid, dumb dude brain, this makes sense from a business perspective, from a guy who knows nothing about business. It's all used, obviously, it's all old games, yeah? So, duh, right? That these retro stores potentially could be a huge source of revenue for them. It could bring more foot traffic in, because for a while there was a big boom for retro games. Now, that bubble is starting to pop. So time will tell whether they make it and they open it in time to take advantage of that. But it may start another bubble, it may not. It may rekindle interest, it may not. I don't know. But anyway, all these games are used, and it could be a big source of revenue for them. my other concern is the staff. Are they going to train the staff to recognize counterfeits or reproductions or any of that? Because I've seen interviews and read testimonials from various GameStop employees, both past and present. And this is not a knock on the employees, okay? But GameStop corporate doesn't seem to value knowledge of, and I hate like not the trade, but knowledge of games, consoles, recognizing these things. Are they going to train special retro game employees to say, oh no, this is a reproduction copy of Pokemon Crystal? Now, can they sell those? Maybe. Maybe they can label it reproduction and sell it at a reduced price. I don't know. But are they going to be able to recognize those? Because I can tell you, if I spend the money to get, like, I'll use Pokemon Crystal. I was out today at Trader's Village, and there are a couple of little retro game shops. I saw Pokemon Crystal at a couple of those shops, and they go from anywhere to $150 to $200. That's not cheap, all right? And I know Pokemon games are some of the most reproduced games out there because they hold their value. And everyone wants to play Pokemon. Now, you can play these games, and for the most part, they'll work. But you run the risk of corrupting your data. You can't really trade. You're missing out on parts of the experience there. But I tell you, if I spend about $200 on that game, it turns out to be a reproduction, I'm going to be mad. All right? I'm going to go up there with some words. So, are they going to teach these people to recognize fake games? Are they not? Are they going to sell them as reproductions and tell people up front? I don't know. Which brings me to my next concern. And this is really, like, for me, the big one. How are they going to price these games? Because I don't know if you've looked at eBay lately, but prices for retro games are getting up there. Especially for consoles like the GameCube, for instance. GameCube games, on average, are some of the most expensive retro games out there. Like, oh boy. Also, what was it called? The Neo Geo. God, that's still hella expensive. Okay? So, how are they going to be pricing these things? I could see them pricing it on, like, the price charting websites with a slight markup. Maybe they'll do, whatever. And how are they going to do this? How are they going to get people in there to buy physical media in an age where everyone is getting rid of it? That's been their problem. Physical media in gaming is buried, dead and buried. Now, granted, there's been a slight uptick and upwell in the reclaiming of physical media, but will they be able to take advantage of that? I don't know. And the last concern for me, really, and this, GameStop is doing this in an effort to save themselves. Their ship is sinking. It's hit the rock, and it is actively sinking. It is bad. Do they think this is going to save them? It probably won't. It might give them another year or two. But, I mean, if you look at their attempts before to turn their stories into little, like, Think Geeks with games, or that went back before that when they got into cell phones, or when they tried to mess around with NFTs. Okay? Do they think this is going to help? Is this going to be another half-baked, harebrained scheme by some suits who don't know any better? I don't know. But regardless, I'm happy to see it. I love retro games, and hey, if GameStop wants to open up some special groovy retro gaming shops, obviously I'm going to check it out, right? So let me know your thoughts on this. Are you excited about GameStop retro stores coming up soon, or do you plan on visiting one? What consoles are you looking to buy for? What are you hoping to get there? And do you think this will save GameStop? Let me hear your thoughts down in the comments. And again, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, then please make sure to like and subscribe. We're still growing our community here on this channel, and we'd love to have you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.